Hello, SpeedGaming viewers. Welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer Open League Season 4 playoff race. We have some good casual boots action for you tonight. It is the finals, remember, of Open League itself. Uh, the set between Bottles on Empty and JKLOL. This is one game apiece, so we are guaranteed at least a game 4 from these two, and we're going to see which of these two teams has the advantage going into that game 4 after this race tonight. I'm Adlor in the booth. With me tonight is Ninja Bro. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. I'm really excited to see this race unfold. Being one of the members of Bottles on Empty, and it's been really fun to be able to calm matches for my teammates. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get the double team comms going tonight. But I'm super excited to be doing some comms with you, Adler.
Yeah. It's been honestly a really great time in Open League this year. I had a lot of fun with it. Made it to top 4. We're happy about that. And now it's been fun watching the rest of it play out and see who's gonna take the championship from these two teams. And then even a week later, we're looking at the same deal for Invitational. So
yeah, and that should be a really good time over on that side as well.
Yeah. We're going to be getting going any second now. Once we've caught up for the delay in the restream processing, we'll be getting into the beginning of the game, which of course it is casual boots. So we're going to start with boots and a sword and go through the standard castle escape sequence. So for about 5 minutes or so, we'll be seeing pretty much the same thing on both sides. You know what's up.
Yep, Uncle was mistaken thinking that this was open mode. Don't know what was in his coffee this morning.
No, definitely not. We are doing the casual boots. We've got the boots already, of course. There's no need to find them. The boots are still in the pool somewhere. Well, we might even get a glimpse of where they were, but we're gonna have them from the get-go here. What do we have? Another heart. No, I guess that's why he's dead, because he just gave his heart away. Nice guy.
Yeah, we got a pretty healthy seat so far, and an early lamp.
Ooh, that's actually I think that's spot 2 for vanilla lamp in vanilla, isn't it? Like if you don't pick up the lamp in the house, I think that's where it appears second.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, that's adorable.
We did see that the green guards are in the bomb prize package. Leoria has already received 1 bomb. Of course, with this being casual boots, bombs aren't too much of a problem in the early game, because even if you don't get one all the way to Cac, there's those bonk rocks right outside of Kakariko that is guaranteed to give a bomb.
And also we get a bomb pack in our first check there, so we're also good.
Yeah, so no concern for bombs this seed so far.
No, definitely not. We'll have at least 3 getting to the back, and we don't even need a bomb in the back of Castle, because again, you can just bonk the wall back there, so don't have to worry about that. And 3 bombs is pretty comfy going into Kakariko. You want at least 3. So,
yep.
And yeah, you see the drop pack. Yes, if they want, they can probably pick up some extra bombs off the guards that they might kill. Fire rod. Okay, so Castle, we've got some weapons going on here too.
Double fire source. And that'll make the ball and chain guard just a super quick fight. If the runners opt to use the fire rod there anyway.
Yep. I think Leo has 2 fire rod shots, or 1, and Ninja Bro might have 1. Yeah, I think they've got 1 and 2 respectively. So they could opt to just yeah.
Wait, I'm in this race? Monka.
Did I say your name and...
You absolutely did.
Okay.
I had to run with it, though.
The names are on screen, and, it's hard to read what's on screen sometimes. Don't mind me.
Yeah, the $300 in Zelda Cell, so, this scene is just really doing some nice things for these runners here in the early game, A couple heart containers, both fire sources, some bombs, some money,
We're getting really well set up, no kidding. Kakariko will have no problem affording everything. That's like halfway to our Zora money, basically. So yeah, pretty good start so far. And Maniakal's a few seconds ahead in Castle. You can see the movement just been a little bit better than Leo's, but she is really not that far behind. It's just a difference of a few seconds.
And Leo did use the fire out on ball and chain guard, which I believe gained her a little bit of time.
Yeah. Compared to going for 8 slashes, which is typically the fastest method, you can still save a little bit of time by setting them on fire. All right, here we go into the dark section. Even without the lamp, of course, we would still have a light cone because the game just says, well, it guarantees it because that we can actually get through Castle. And we're going to have a key here in Dark Cross, I believe. You haven't seen it yet? Yep, there it is.
I kind of want to see map and sanctuary here to see which runners are keeping track of their items.
Yes. I love to see it when you get 3 items in the back and the map is the last thing in Sank and who actually opens the chest because they're not paying attention.
Which, I mean, we've all been there for sure.
Here it was a little bit tricky for both of them. Weird positions. Good adjustments. All right, what's in the back here? A heart piece. Ah, there's the map. Dang.
There's the map.
Oh well.
$20. So the complete dominance of really good items in Escape just kind of fizzled out there at the end.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to ask for like a bunch of good items. Like everything is good, but yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got one more chance here, I guess. That does the nice bonk pole. I've been a fan of it lately. All right, so we got 5:16, about 5:20. So yeah, just a few seconds ahead. Decent castle times for both of them.
Yep, and another 300.
Wow, well, there's our Kakariko and Zora money basically. So
yeah.
we are set.
Yep, really sets you up nicely. I wouldn't be surprised to see both runners head up to Lumberjack here, considering they have the lamp already. I know some runners will skip the Lumberjack check, just because, you know, the odds of it being something important are fairly low in a lot of situations, but with already having the lamp, you don't really want to get burned by that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm personally a fan of it because I think when you've got boots as early as you do, that gives the logic more chances to put something there.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep. So I'm a fan of the Lumberjack check just right away in Kaz boots. And there's a good reason to look at it. That's a glove on Lumberjack. Oof.
So that is going to be an Aga required seed for these runners here. So strap in, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody across the spectrum there, because we are going to have a little bit longer of a seed due to the required Aga.
That is that's an item you think like, well, as soon as you can do that, you're probably doing it because a glove is, there's a hammer. Yep, glove is very important. We did see a map check, I think, on Leo's side, and I saw 2 crystals on Eastern and Heron, and chat saying that Desert was a red crystal, so it looks like we may have a 3 crystal light world.
You really love to see that 3 crystal light world.
I suppose I can double check, see if either of them are tracking on their streams. Let's see. It was a very quick map check. Yeah. Leo's tracker says EPDP are normal crystals, and Hera is red apparently. Okay. According to Leo's on-screen tracker, so we'll go with that.
And both runners entering CAC here. See what Blind's Hideout has here for us.
Michael's still just a little bit ahead here. Been pretty good pace with each other. Whole lot of nothing exciting here so far.
Yeah. Most exciting thing is a bunch of free bombs.
Yeah, we'll take those free bombs though. You're never going to complain getting set up with bombs. You don't have to worry about purchasing any in the early game. It always feels bad when you get really stifled on bombs and you have to just stop by a shop and actually buy a 10-pack.
Yep.
And yeah, chat's point now, we do almost have enough money for the whole seed. 800 something can buy you everything you need to spend. There's our second sword. There's a mirror.
Wow.
That glove is now accessible actually with 2 swords and the lamp. We can climb
Yep.
the tower whenever we want. So I'm honestly not surprised that because like putting a glove on Lumberjack like it's pretty restrictive.
Yeah.
Especially if that's the first logical glove, like that can be you're going to get that pretty quick.
I would not be surprised to see either one of these runners head there almost immediately after CAC, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more thoroughness in the Sphere Zero overworld checks.
Yeah.
But with that mirror, there's an argument for just rushing that glove, entering Dark World from Kakariko, and then just doing kind of like the South Loop with that mirror in hand, just stopping at Hype Cave and then doing South Shore with the really easy mirror transition.
Yes. That trip, being able to do that whole trip through the South in one go and hit both worlds, clean them all up is really nice with an early mirror.
You can also rush Aga, as chat pointed out, for your Death Mountain access.
See, just 10 arrows on the library, so we're skipping that. We'll get a peek at race game. There's Maniacal's map check, confirming what we've already seen. And a heart piece on race. We're not getting that either.
Yeah, so see what Maniacal goes with here. Grabbing the heart kind of makes me think this is going to be an Aga play.
I think he's going south,
Nope.
actually. He wants sword beams for a mini Moldrum Cave.
Oh, that's fair. As soon as I see the heart reef, I'm like, well, you're getting ready to go into the climb.
And Leo's also going to go south. Okay. No Aga climb just yet. They're hoping for a little bit more, potentially.
And there's our Ice Rod. So no Ice Rod hunt today.
Okay.
If you believe in the memes, you know, we probably have a pendant turtle rock now.
Yeah, that seems how it usually is, right? You get the Ice Rod early enough, it's just TR's a pendant. You're like, well, I don't even need that.
Another bomb pack. We're going to be skipping that.
So you don't even want to pick those up. Those have been underwater. They probably don't work.
Yeah, true.
Water bombs weren't invented until Twilight Princess. Ooh, nice full magic drop. That's very nice when we've got both those rods. So that gives some more weaponry options here.
Yeah, it especially makes the ball and chain guard room in Aga a little bit easier, as you can just double fire rod.
Yeah. All right, well, we got mini worm. Big 20, big 20. And a heart piece. Bomb pack. A whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of our good items from here on out are going to be showing up in the Dark World, considering we have pretty healthy access to a lot of the Dark World right now.
Yeah. The game is definitely saying you can do Dark World whenever you want at this point. You've got the access to Aga Tower. We don't have a pearl yet, but you can definitely go get that glove whenever. I'd imagine they're wanting to have a pearl before they get that. So, you know.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that Moon Pearl, you know? I'm just so already gung-ho on just like, oh man, we just have all this stuff we can do. Honestly, would not be surprised to see the Pearl on Death Mountain somewhere.
Yeah, potentially. That glove would put us on the mountain. So we've got, looks like, yeah, we're going to see some water walks here, which is definitely not surprising. We've got enough money to go to Zora and then some. So we'll probably get a full look at, might just see everything here. Yeah, Maniacal's going to go ahead and go over to the island, see its big 20. Nope, going to skip the guy under the bridge, and we're going to go straight for this. This is fine. You want to carry your water walk as far as you can if possible.
And without the Pearl, wouldn't be able to do the waterfall if you lose your water walk, so I definitely agree with this play here.
Yeah, to loop in the man on the bridge, you'd have to you could delay your water walk and activate it from there, but then that does require you to get your fake flipper splash on the first attempt. So.
And Leoria making the exact same play right on Maniacal's heels here. We see a second shield on Zora Ledge, so not going to be seeing that today, but let's see what the scam fish has for us.
Yeah, she didn't look at the island, so she gained just a couple of seconds. You know what?
A partial refund.
You get 300 back. That's like pretty much the best you can ask from Zora if it's not a progression item, you know? So
Probably seeing the... Yeah, we are seeing the Aga play from Maniacal here. Not surprising at all. Without the bow to do Eastern. Meanwhile, Leoria is going to head over to the Eastern area. See what we find at Saha and potentially an Eastern dip.
yeah, we do have 3 items in Saha's closet, and then probably 2 accessible Sphere 1 items in Eastern, potentially 3 depending on the layout. She might find something good here. It's our first good divergence we've seen so far. Not going to be any items of interest inside Aga's Tower because there are 2 chests and they both have small keys in them, but, you know.
Okay, it was just the Saha check.
That's reasonable. And I think without the bow, you really don't want to go into Eastern if you can help it.
So we see both runners here on the Aga climb. How many blue balls do you think we're going to see today, Adalor?
I'm going to go with 12.
Oh, really harsh.
So the my reasoning for that is every time someone asks me, for a while I've been asking for the lowest number I haven't yet seen with my own eyes, and 11 happened somewhat recently, so now I'm saying 12. Okay, Leo also gets a full magic drop there in the first room off the ball and chain, so she's got a full magic meter to use, and the fire rod's pretty good at multiple points in this climb, especially this floor that Maniacal's now on with the spear guards and the red guards in the next 2 rooms. Like they're tough with just like a master sword and not really much else, so you can really employ the fire rod to great effect here.
Yeah, I was going to point out the bow guard that drops a key was giving Maniacal a little bit of trouble a few rooms ago.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nothing too crazy, but
that room just like sometimes just has weird RNG and it just does not behave quite how you expect it to.
Right, and Maniacal about to enter the Aga fight here with Leoria just a handful of rooms behind.
Here we go. Now we get to start counting. So this is the Aga 1 fight. We're guaranteed a reflectable shot on the first of every cycle, and then the next 3 are coin flips. So we'll have to see how our RNG is so far. Nope. Still on track for 0. Could have best RNG here. Okay, good. That's 3 hits already.
Wow.
Right on. All right. So we're still on track for 0. Very good. So we've got then the 4th shot, of course, here, or the 5th shot in the cycle is always that lightning. Don't get fooled by it. All right, so we just need to win 1 more coin flip here, and we'll have it exact 0. Look at that. Perfect
Wow.
RNG. Love to see it.
Goodbye, 30,000 channel points.
Oh, I put everything into that blue side, winning big here. I didn't put a lot into it, but got some points. All right, what's on Pyramid? So we do kill Aga 1, we get an item on Pyramid. It's a bomb pack.
Not surprised to see it being pretty much nothing.
And Maniacal is going to find a nice spot to mirror here. All the way over on the left, and we're going to... This is pretty much the best way to get back to the tree to go get that glove. So,
yep.
Heading right for it.
And then probably straight up the mountain.
I'd imagine so. There really isn't a whole lot left in terms of density. You could go into Eastern, but you really don't want to.
Why would you?
And there's 1 Sphere 1 check left in the desert, Agahnim's Cave. Still a mystery as to what could be there, if anything. Yeah, you definitely get this glove, and then the mountain is your absolute best density. You've got access to the entire, pretty much everything on Light Mountain that you can get to normally. So with Hammer and Mirror, it lets you go all around.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Agahnim has nothing, only because I feel like Agahnim has something only when the runners like diverge and one does it and one doesn't. That's the only time Agahnim like ever matters, right? So
isn't a race situation when like one of them just leaves it forever. Yeah.
All right, so we do see Maniacal heading up the mountain here. Well, Leoria getting wrapped up by this red guard a little bit.
So this little bit of forest is terrible once you've killed Agahnim, because there are just like extra guards and there's some red ones in there, and they do not give you an easy time getting through there at all.
It's like at least like 17 guards in there, and every single one of them wants you dead. And the old man with the mitts.
so there's our second glove locked by the first one. So as you do.
So this seed is pretty great.
Now I kind of want to see. I actually would not be surprised if we saw a Moon Pearl somewhere goofy, like in King's Tomb.
Yeah,
that's entirely possible now.
Well, you're going to have to be a little careful here. Down to half a heart. Meanwhile, Maniacal in the Dark World here, going to do the map check. We have a red crystal at Swamp.
Yeah, we got green pod pendants on Thieves and ice. Red crystal swamp. So that tells us we actually do need our ice rod today. Imagine that.
Yeah, pretty shocking. Alright, so Leoria does rescue the old man here successfully without dying. Going to go in for the quick health refill. Not something that I fought her for at all.
No, trying to climb the mountain with half a heart seems just like a bad idea. These rocks will bother you and lose you a bunch of time, if not just kill you outright.
There's a Maniacal here in Hera. Leoria scouting that piece of heart.
Nothing in or on top of Spec Rock of interest. Map. We'll do a little bomb jump here to get to the big chest.
I didn't quite catch what was the first item, but I want to say it was one of the two items.
Well, there's a big 20 in the big chest, so we might just be done with Hera, yeah. We'll see on Leo's side here momentarily.
Yeah, chat's saying arrows, which is what I thought it was, but I was like, maybe I was, misseeing it because I caught it really quick right before Maniacal went back up the stairs.
Yeah. No, nothing of interest in Hera itself.
A crystal's kind of important, but who's counting?
Crystals aren't they're not fun though. They're not interesting items that let us do stuff.
Like, who's actually interested in beating the game anyway? Not me. Like, I want the runners to have to play for 3 hours. So, oh wait, I'm coming the wrong race then. This isn't Kralski's.
No, this is Kaz Boots. We're probably done in an hour and a half.
Yeah, any longer than that, and you're really looking at a pretty rough seat at that point for Kaz Boots. I mean, they're not unheard of, but you see a lot of Kaz Boots seeds right around the 125 to 130 range.
Yep, that's pretty good time for Kaz Boots. Expected time. If you get a fast one, you might be pushing close to an hour. Still happy to say that I had me versus Jon Snow was fastest Kaz Boots. I didn't see that. What was that?
That was a hook shot up on a floating island. So
that's a cool place for that, because you have to go through Hookshot Cave and the back exit to actually get to the hookshot. It's adorable.
Yeah, and with the odds of finding the pearl up here, we're probably heading straight to Leoria Having a little bit of a rough time here on floor 5. I wouldn't be surprised this go around to see her just kind of go around the...
Just walk around. Oh, she's going for it. Oh, there you go.
There we go. I completely missed what was in Spiral Cave, so...
It was a blue ruby. Nothing exciting there.
I was so engrossed in the Hera 5th floor that, I just...
Yeah.
I couldn't pull my eyes away. There's the flute, which could put our Pearl way over at Checkerboard Cave.
Yep, I already saw someone say Pearl and Checkerboard with a question mark on that. That is now possible. Alright, what's left in Paradox 5 here? A couple of heart pieces. Some more money. Another heart piece. Alright, so just one item of interest in Paradox, and that's going to take care of our light mountain trip.
Funny enough, there could be a really weird scenario where the Moon Pearl is on Armos with Bow in Checkerboard, just because.
That'd be neat. Leo spots her hook shot there, and she'll go through Spiral, clean up the same things that Maniacal's already done. Yeah, Maniacal's going right for King's Tomb. I like this.
For as hilarious as the seed has been so far, it is very linear.
Nope, 10 arrows. Yeah, definitely not a lot of options to take. We still haven't seen anything of Eastern yet, which again, there's probably 2 Sphere 1 items available there. Could be a tricky bow in the front of Eastern or something, but yeah, not really a lot of decisions to make so far. And we'll get Maniacal coming back to Kakariko. We're going to activate that flute straight off the bat, and then he'll have some more mobility to use.
Yep.
And
this is going to be straight to Checkerboard Cave here, I think.
Yeah, so that does get you access to, the Desert Ledge, Checkerboard. You can clean up that Agahnim on the way.
I mean, not even Desert Ledge, just desert.
Yeah, you have everything you need to clear desert, the entirety of it, so...
So I think we see desert first, and then... probably Checkerboard after that.
Could also take the option of Mirror Super Bunny into Mire Shed, but probably not. Probably just interested in going straight to desert.
I think you do desert before attempting that. There's an argument then for doing that on your way to Checkerboard after clearing desert, but
yeah. Oh, there's a mushroom on the desert ledge. Okay. We had a fetch quest. We also saw that Mire's entry medallion was a vanilla ether.
Yeah.
We don't have any medallions yet, so we'll have to be hunting for that.
Potential bird toss, Pog?
Yeah, I hope we see a bird toss. That's on the table now. All right, map on Desert Torch.
If Maniacal does not bird toss, I'm kicking him off the team. You heard it here first.
I'll hold you to it.
big Kappa there.
Small key in the map chest. So we took the small key and the map and traded places. And Leo's now getting into CAC to activate her flute, and she'll probably be on the same track here.
So we're at the 7 hearts.
Just a heart piece. Pretty decent C, 7 blue at this point, not too bad. There's our vanilla big key.
Yep. Maniacal making the play that you see a lot of runners doing nowadays, especially when you enter the desert from the left side there. If you already have one of the 2 items, heading in and killing Lambo first, since it's 50-50 whether or not Lambo has your second item.
Yeah. Might just get the second item there, and then you don't have to check Desert Big Chest.
Yep.
You're killing the boss anyway, because you gotta.
It's a very small amount of time lost if the big chest has the item, for a pretty significant time gain if Lambo has the item. So it makes the most sense to do it.
Leo's on the same track. She has seen the mushroom on Desert Ledge. We'll pick that up, and then...
I was honestly shocked at the drop down to check that before, since you're probably going into desert anyway.
Yeah, it seems weird to look at that, but I guess I feel like it takes more time to look at that than to just like dash down after
Yeah,
mirroring back. But
it could have just been like a muscle memory thing. Like you see that a lot of times where there's just so many things you're just used to doing on autopilot that it's like you make a small hiccup like that and it's just like whatever.
yeah,
And we do have the second item in the big chest, so we're going to be seeing Maniacal head back into the main section of desert.
that is his second crystal on the board at just under half an hour, making decent time for considering how the opening of this has been pretty linear.
Yeah, until we get that pearl, like there's just no real opportunity for divergence here.
Yeah,
Like other than that Saha Eastern play that we saw, and we didn't even see Eastern, we just saw a quick trip over to that area.
yeah. Eastern itself still looming, still taunting us with the possibility of having some Sphere 1 items, but
Pretty uncommon to have two crystals before your moon pearl, but here we are, and there's that pearl on Maniacal's side.
desert big chest. Nothing tricky about that today. I was hoping for like checkerboard or somewhere, but oh well.
Yep. So here we do get to do the Mire Shed without having to time the Super Bunny state. And we get a Quake and another 300.
That is not the correct medallion for what we want to go into Mire, but I don't think you want to go into Mire right now anyway. Without Samaria, it's kind of a dubious proposition. We'll head over and check checkerboard, and then we can finish off with the Sphere 1 Agahnim Cave.
Curious to see if either runner runs immediately back up to Death Mountain to do all the overworld checks up there, along with the getting that hook shot and checking the Turtle Rock medallion.
Yeah,
I think it's the quote good play to make. But it's rando,
Yeah.
Oh, and with that cape, you can route in Spike Cave now. I think that's a pretty good option here. Yeah, and we're seeing that on Maniacal's side instantly.
Yep. That cape also gives us. In this case, I think I want to go to Village anyway and knock out at least Skull Woods because that's a crystal and you can full clear that. And also with a cape now, you can even get anything on Bumper Ledge that might be there. So.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see. I wouldn't be surprised to see the North Dark World checks with Skull Woods, a front four Thieves, into just like a full overworld like South Loop clear from these runners.
Yeah.
At least on Maniacal's side, I kind of know some of Maniacal's routing philosophy, like not perfectly, but just being on the same team as him. And I know he does tend to go for like pretty thorough play. Like he doesn't really like to leave checks behind. So I would not be surprised to see that play on his side. And we are going to see the Turtle Rock medallion here.
We have Vanilla Quake. Look at that. That Quake, of course, in Mire Shed. We have access to TR. We are just lacking a Cane of Samaria. If Samaria is actually on the mountain here, you just do the dungeon.
Yeah, we are, Flippers, Kane, and Bow and Ether from Go Mode.
Yep.
So 32 minutes in, 4 items from Go Mode with a huge amount of the world open to us right now.
That sounds like Kaz Boots. We've got another bottle with a green potion there. Nice find.
I believe both bottles have had green potions so far.
I think so, yeah. Leo's got her cape, gonna save and quit. We'll see if she goes anywhere else next. The chance of divergence here. Yep, she's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Floating, yeah, floating. Where are you going? 1 to 2. Gonna check the mushroom. Yeah, okay. This is
Turning that in.
this is a pretty good to do like immediately out of a save and quit, because if you can check that mushroom and be like it's nothing, you can actually just scum it and then use it for fake powder if you so desire. That
And there's the boots.
there's our boots on the mushroom check. Adorable.
And there's the reset for the save scum. Now we can't fake powder yet, but we have that
Half of
we
the
have that
possibility.
mushroom.
Yeah. All right, Maniacal's in Hookshot Cave now, having acquired the hookshot. Finds there's our powder. That thing we're just talking about.
And Leoria heading up here now, not surprising at all. And there's another green potion, so like it's really sending these runners to Spike Cave now, considering we have 3 green potions.
Yeah, 3 greens and a cape, like you just go to Spike Cave, easy.
Maniacal knows he has 3 green potions, and he's like, I'm just going to use my cape on this bridge with the Lionels because I can. Also, this game had I always find it interesting that this game had an interesting obsession with like enemies that appear like once or twice and then never again. Maniacal is going to have to use a potion here. Yep. Okay.
He knows what he's doing. So, because of the way that the tiles are made in this game, like the back of the torches it's not solid. There's our bow. Good. A bow in Spike Cave. Wow. But yeah, there are no spikes behind those torches because you can't have like a tile under a sprite or a tile. So like you can actually stand behind those torches and potion for free.
So we can do like a super like insane like loop of the Dark World, starting from Village of Outcasts, which is not what Maniacal is doing. So
there are a ton of routing possibilities here. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I don't really mind this because the way I think Maniacal's thinking about this right now is this is just a density play. Like, he can go knock out Eastern, but Pod is green pendant, right?
It is a green pendant pod, yeah.
So I'm curious to see if Maniacal makes the play. And there's the red cane, so that's cool.
You do want that. Pipe Cave actually gives us something good.
So it's interesting to note. Like I do know a couple things about this matchup. One, I know that Leoria is a big fan of green pendant pod.
I know she's thinking about it. Ever since she map checked and saw pendant pod, she's been thinking about it. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I also know that Maniacal knows that.
And it looks like he's probably playing into that right now. Like so you have right now. This is also a trip to Eastern, right? You can do Eastern on this trip, so this is not just like only pendant pod. But you do have Crystal Eastern and Crystal Skull Woods that you can now clear, and another mountain trip for Crystal TR. At this point, you're hoping you can last dungeon TR and go straight to GT, of course. But you do have 3 crystals you can acquire, so.
But I would be very interested to see if Maniacal makes the dip in the pod, because like I know that most of the time with how much is available to him right now, like he would probably just end up skipping it. But given the fact that I know that he knows that Leoria likes to do green pendant pod when it's an option, I wouldn't be surprised to see the blocking play here of going into pod probably after Eastern, however.
Mm-hmm. Now watch this be a really wild matchup, and then Leo doesn't go in there.
That would be I'm pretty sure that would require Leoria to like know that Maniacal knows that she likes pendant pod. It would just be like so many levels of like abstraction there.
Yeah. All right, Leo's got her bow now. Now she has same ton of access that Maniacal does. Let's see where she goes first.
Did we? I swear I saw Maniacal go into pod like briefly. Was that just like he walked in and then he walked out?
I think maybe that was just muscle memory.
Okay. I know one thing that he may have done, and I didn't even see if he did that much because I was just like talking and watching Leoria. Okay, so he did just do an immediate U-turn.
I mean, he might have been teasing us with it, actually.
Yeah, I would not have been surprised though for him to check that first chest to see if it's a bow locked pod. Maniacal's brain just does like a lot of thinking when it comes to just like logic. So I like knowing that he has the bow, like I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go in there and check that one check, even though he didn't, because that would just give him like a bajillion information.
Yeah.
A bajillion what of information I don't know, but a bajillion of it.
We see Leo making the same play here. So
yeah,
she'll be right behind him. The only thing she hasn't done at this point that Maniacal has is the hype cave. So I mean, the hype cave is hard to put off though. She'll get that Samare before not too long.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see it a little bit later, depending on how she decides to route, because she could enter Dark World from the Village of Outcasts area and do that entire loop. And going that way, you do get there a little bit late. And if you find the rest of your go mode items like prior to that, like that's a little bit of a time sink. Like not significant, but with like how much this seed has given us so far, like that could be a pretty big difference. And I will point out that Leoria did not go into pod, despite the fact that we all know that she loves doing a green pendant pod, because Eastern Palace first is still like objectively the correct play.
Yeah. You're gonna go for that crystal. You can actually get the objective dungeon is the or Eastern had nothing in it.
Absolutely nothing.
So much for that. Our next prediction here: Ether or Flippers? Ooh.
Leoria actually spawning all 4 skeletons while Maniacal was having a really bad time in this Igor room. This is incredible.
The back of Eastern is a terrible room. It is legitimately one of the worst dark rooms in the game because it is super random. Obviously, when it's not dark, it's not so bad, but you can still have, I don't know, the Popos do weird things, and then you're trying to just shoot the Igor and get the key, and it goes terribly sometimes.
It really does. Like, exactly. Like, I've had that room go poorly sometimes. You know, even when you're, like, at the level that these runners are at, you know, the Open League Grand Finals, like, every single runner just has times where even, like, the quote easiest rooms just go terribly wrong, and that's just it's honestly it's not even part of like rando, it's just a part of speed running in general.
Yeah, like you can have played hundreds of seeds and then you get to a simple room like that you've been through so many times and it's just like just do it wrong. You get to the back of the Eastern and your Armos fight is not fast and you're just like, what am I doing? All right, that is another crystal on the board. We have all of the Light World prizes now obtained. Let's see, Maniacal's now headed, not doing actual pod. We are headed elsewhere. Going to Village.
It's a little surprising.
It's surprising considering you made the trip in Dark World to open pod and then like just went just for Eastern.
Right.
I guess that could be set up for later, like you thinking. Maybe he's thinking about pod like in the meantime, like kind of weighing the option and then decided against it while clearing Eastern.
I think that's much more likely because like you don't go all the way to open pod and like spend all that time doing it and then just like not do it because you'll come back to it later. I think that's definitely exactly like you said. That was opening it to weigh the option while you're in Eastern and ultimately deciding, you know what, I have all this other stuff I can do right now. I'm going to go do all this other stuff.
Yep.
I am very surprised to see Maniacal doing Skullwoods front to back when you have the ability to like clear Skullwoods. It's pretty much objectively better to do it back to front because Moth cannot have a small key.
Mm-hmm. Skullwoods has 3 small keys amongst its 8 checks. It is a terrible dungeon. Oh, there's our flippers.
However,
so he lucks out and gets 2 items in the front. So there you go.
Literally never punished. Maniacal is an Ether from
Ether Go mode. Yeah.
If Ether is in pod,
so this is okay. Yeah, this is Leo. Here we go. If
Yeah.
Ether's here, yeah, this is a
I
thing.
think if Ether's here, it's a.
A
Oh
book?
wow, the book.
If a book and shooter room, okay.
With the
That's
way the seed
interesting.
is looking, Ether being here is like basically GG's for Maniacal. Like,
Considering he already left pod without going in, I think he's decided there's nothing there. Like,
right, and he can
yeah.
go full clear Skull Woods. Well, he's in Skull Woods. Never mind. He can go full clear Swamp. Is actually what I meant to say. He can go full clear Turtle Rock.
Yes.
Like, he can be at 6 crystals full clearing dungeons. Whereas if Ether is here, Leoria basically gets to go mode everything.
Yeah, that'll be an extremely good position for her if it does end up here. We will have to see. Pod has 4 items remaining in it. We'll have to get through a bunch of keys in the front before we can find any of those other items. There are 2 keys there. Yep, we'll mirror on the right side and head up the middle. And Maniacal is fighting the Moth Master Sword. You got a fire rod. You've got 2 green potions still. This should not be a tough fight.
Yeah. For anybody that's in chat that was watching yesterday's game between these two teams, I'm unfortunately sorry that because this isn't cross keys, we don't get to like meme a lot about the pod smalls. So sorry for that, y'all.
Vanilla big key in pod. Okay.
Yeah.
As you do. Moth is a big key, and we of course know that is entirely unnecessary.
We still could meme about the pod small keys, but
we could, but
it just doesn't have the same effect about like how that seed yesterday just had literally everything in the game locked behind 6 pod smalls, you know?
Yeah,
so Maniacal here is mirroring.
I was gonna say ped check, but Leo has the book, not him.
Yeah,
so
Leo has the book. He's fluting to go turn in this mushroom.
Checking the mushroom, yeah. He's got powder, so he knows he can just, do it.
So I think this might be a crystal blitz. Like I think he's just blitzing the crystals here.
It would not surprise me at this rate. Like you've got, you can get to 6 crystals. And the dungeons, that have those crystals are fairly dense too. You have TR and Swamp, among them 11 items, 12 if you count Mimic Cave. There's a lot of checks within those dungeons. And yeah, 3rd sword in the Rupee Basement of Pod. That's a nice find for Leo.
Like I like the play on Maniacal side here, with the exception of opening that pod like he did. But I mean, it's random.
Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen. So far, other than that book, which could lead to Ether, pod coming up empty so far for Leoria.
I mean, the 3rd sword's nice, but yeah, not strictly needed. We have 2 items still to get, including also the green pendant. So, pod is an additional value of 1 item. And yeah, she's going for it. She's going all the way with this dungeon. I don't blame her. It's like green pen is here. It's actually a very fast turn in once you're out of the dungeon. If you're literally in the area. And then Helmasar itself also has an item, so you're dropping 2 items if you don't go kill them here. And I think if you do most of pod, you do all of pod in this scenario.
Right.
And yep, Maniacal is into Swamp now, which is for density play, it's your best choice because you can get to the dungeon fairly quick and it has 6 items in it.
Yep,
There's
one.
Leia, what are you doing? Why did you bonk the crystal switch? What did that crystal switch ever do to you? Got some beef with that crystal switch, I think.
The one thing I would not be surprised to see on Maniacal side here is a complete skip of left side Swamp. With the exception being if there's 2 items over there, and even then it wouldn't surprise me because there is just so much available in terms of like where you could potentially find Ether. But again, like he could be just going for the like very thorough play here.
Yeah, I think we'll get an idea of his mentality by how he plays out this swamp. Yeah, you're right. He does have a ton left to go. We haven't seen like anything in Village of Outcasts.
So there's
a ton left to do still.
Two items in the front of swamp so far. So obviously
Yeah.
going straight to the back here.
You have a chance.
Very
You have a
standard
chance.
play.
You have a chance of a perfect swamp here if map and compass are on the left side, or big key leading to one of those. There's a chance that you don't need left side at all.
I think if there's one item,
just pop it. There
left
you go.
Side.
That's
really unfortunate.
That's rude. Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
and it's actually a possibility for 3 items. Still being there's 3 items left in swamp. This is the one thing that I actually don't know what Maniac was likely to do here. I want to say that he will come back in though.
So now you've got so there are 2 items on the left side, and the big key, the big chest also is going to give you an item. So yeah, I think re-entering for 3 seems pretty reasonable. But Leo's done with Pod. Didn't get anything off Helmasaur aside from a heart piece. We're going to see if the green pendant is anything. Moment of truth. It's a heart piece.
Just a heart piece.
Dang. So just the book in the very first check of Pod. That's all we got for it. And, a third sword.
The question is, how aggressively do we chase this book? I'm guessing the answer is not aggressively at all, because
she's going to village here and probably going to do some crystals. Yeah.
It would be very silly to aggressively chase that book, even for the memes.
So Leo can get her flippers from Skull Woods here, and then check Bombo's tablet when she goes down for swamp, because you're just in the neighborhood there. And she also has the luxury of being able to do a ped check. So if we do have an ether on ped, she will have that knowledge, and I think that that knowledge at this point in the game is substantially good.
Yeah,
because
that's something that Maniac was not getting back to. Quite honestly.
Yeah, that changes your routing mentality in this seed a lot. All right,
worth noting, like I said though, Leoria not getting that hype cave check, so we're probably going to see a very long wait between now and Leoria getting that cane. Just with all the overworld checks between here and that cane, that it just makes sense to do. So if Maniacal finds ether in the nearish future, say here in swamp, that just becomes Leoria getting grabbed there.
Got 1.0.
That's just a lot more checks that Leoria is going to have to do.
Right.
Hey, there's the red mail.
Second armor upgrade in the big chest and swamp. Okay, well that's nice to have. Still pending 2 items. They're on the left side. We'll have to do it the slow way, of course, because we don't have the key. Don't have the key to do it fast. Leo's now in the back of Pod. Unfortunately, the correct play here, you do Pod back to front, but unfortunately, gonna end up taking more time than Maniacal did overall.
Yep.
Talking from chat, they do not both have flippers yet, but Leoria will be getting them shortly, as they are in the front portion of Skull Woods here. So she's not far off from actually getting them. All right.
Yep. Maniacal soon going to get his left side swamp checks here.
Leoria with a nice quick moth fight. You see how much of a difference that third sword makes.
It really is pretty noteworthy. The Master Sword to Temper Sword jump is pretty substantial.
Yeah, it's the biggest upgrade in terms of the sword progression in the game. In most cases, it straight up halves the number of hits you need to kill anything. In some cases, it's actually better than that. Like Green Igor's, for instance, 4 Master Sword slashes, 1 Tempered slash, and Swamp is empty.
Yeah.
All right then. Where are we headed next, Maniacal? We're gonna chase for that 6th crystal? It's looting for sure. To the mountain? Yep, we're going for it.
Yeah, I mean, this does not surprise me at all.
I mean, yeah, so TR is another dungeon that is responsible for 6 items. Oh, that's a blue boomerang on Ped. Nothing exciting there. So, not an ether on Ped. That's the good news for Maniacal here. Or was it red? Okay. I saw the return. I used to that line being on blue, but that's fine. If you're not racing, you get that because the red meringue is the best one.
I don't know about that.
Maniacal now is going to climb through Super Bunny. We've already seen the checks here, but this is just how he's opted to climb. And we'll be getting into Turtle Rock a little bit here. I don't know why you climb this way, considering you have to get to the light world to open. Actually, no, he already opened it. That's right, it's open.
It is still technically faster to go the other way if you don't get dead rocked at all.
Yeah, if your dead rock RNG is bad, then you can lose time.
I do know that Maniacal just likes going that way because he just hates dead rocks, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, everyone hates dead rocks. You're allowed to hate dead rocks. They're terrible.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned to him on more than one occasion that he should stop going that way. And, he just doesn't heed the advice,
It is the consistent play. It is not subject to potentially bad RNG, so... I know some people like it because of that possibility. And I understand that. Alright, so this is... Leo's got her flippers now. We're going to get a look at Bumper Ledge. Maniacal did not look at this. We have had that cape for a bit. It was in Sphere 1. Is there something important here? Half magic. Ooh. Yeah, not worth getting. Not when you have a bunch of free green potions.
Yeah, a bunch of free green potions and Tempered Sword. If you still only have Master Sword and you don't know if you'll ever find a Tempered Sword, I think there's an argument to grab it.
Absolutely. That's safe. That makes your Ganon fight a lot safer if you think you might be only on Master. Alright, so nothing in the top of TR so far except just some keys, but that's pretty typical. Very much similar to Pod, TR tends to have its items later in the dungeon because of where the keys have to be.
Yeah, Maniacal having to go with some fire rod strats here for the pokies, just because, not having the Tempered Sword, Master Sword pokies is just unfun.
We're going to see a run to Catfish from Leo here. I mean, I think if you're going to do Catfish in the Seed, after doing Grave Ledge, that's when you do it. It's like now or never, so... We'll get to see if the Grumpy Fish has anything for us.
I mean, the seed really does come down to the location of Ether at this point.
Yeah.
If it's in a really nasty location and Leoria finds it first, I think it's her seed to lose. But I think even if she finds it first, depending on where that first is. It could still be pretty rough for her just because of, I feel like she's going to be a little later to the cane.
Yeah, she does still need to get to Hype Cave to get that Samari out of the back.
We are going to see the Hobo play here.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet. He's been camping out under the bridge for nearly an hour now, waiting for us to pay him a visit. I'd be surprised to see anything here, considering the flippers are a bit late. But what do I know? It is just the Ether Medallion. It could be. It's almost an Ice Rod hunt. It could be.
Yeah, it could be almost pretty much anywhere except for in Mire.
He just has some appreciation for us here. Just pay him a visit, gives you a heart.
So Maniacal checking Mimic Cave here before the Turtle Rock Big Chest, which some people do check that Turtle Rock Big first when they're one item from Go mode. Just because if it's your final item, like you save a little bit of time. Personally, can't say I'm a huge fan of the play, unless like this is literally all you have left available. But what do I know?
Leo has opted to go to Hype. She's probably going Hype into Swamp, but yeah, Hype's a good stop because you'll have her Samaria and literally be also in that Ether Go mode state. She won't get anything in Swamp itself, but I can't imagine she doesn't do the dungeon right here. You're in the area. Another heart in Crystal Roller. So we got a lot of hearts coming out in the middle of kind of the mid to late game here.
Yeah.
13 red on Maniacal side, extremely healthy. And you have the option, of course, of buying many potions as you want with all the money we've had.
And Leoria is going ahead in the Swamp here, so we know that this is going to be a pretty significant time sink for Leoria here, which is good for Maniacal.
Yeah.
Pending the location of Ether. Like anything that sends Leoria into a big time sink that we already know won't come up with anything is good for him. So if you're rooting for bottles on empty, that's what you want. If you're rooting for JKLOL, that is not what you want.
Yeah, I mean, on JKLOL side, obviously, you want Leo to make a crazy play of skipping 3 items in Swamp, which it's hard to do that. It's very hard.
Oh yeah, I would be incredibly surprised. And we found all 5 items in Turtle Rock here. Maniacal confirming that with the quick pause screen check.
Yeah. Managed to dodge getting all the dungeon items. So we've got the last key off of Laser Bridge, as you know, it does. And we are headed into the boss fight now.
Yep. We'll find either the map or the compass here. I'll be interested to see where Maniacal heads next.
Yeah.
If it's the pod play, Maniacal, come on. Use your hammer. Shaking my head over here.
I mean, the hammer's upward hitbox kind of sucks. I don't blame anyone for using just Master Sword on this fight, especially when you have so many free green potions the game's given to you.
Yeah. But, yeah, the absolute disappointment.
Cat's asking about the swords. So this is Kaz boot, so we started with one. Our second sword, I believe, was in Well, and then our third sword, which Leo has and Maniacal doesn't, was in the Dark Rupee basement in the back of Pod.
Correct.
Yep, there's the map on Trinex, and our 6th crystal.
Yeah, Maniacal had 6 crystals, an hour in. Like, in most scenarios, you're feeling pretty good at that point. In this particular scenario, where you've been 1 item from Go mode for quite some time and haven't found that item, and knowing basically all you have left is just random checks, essentially. Like,
yeah. So now it's decision time. Where does Maniacal go next?
we're seeing him run to the south here, so this looks like we might be doing kind of like a south to north Dark World route.
This could be straight for Pyramid Fairy, actually. Yeah, I think he's going straight.
We do have Fairy. Both.
Yeah, we had Hera and Swamp were our red crystals, so this has been available for a little bit.
Yeah, and then you can combo this in with Catfish, so... which, we know is nothing. Maniacal remembering that this was an Agaseed, even though that was like 800 years ago. And doing this the faster way and using this this portal here at the castle.
Very convenient when you've killed Agahnim in a seed, yeah. Also, worth noting that Leo did have a significantly better Argus fight, getting to pull off a good number of dash pokes with Tempered Sword and having a nice 1 cycle for the second phase. All right, big
20
20
rupees
and 10 arrows.
10 arrows. And go to refill that bottle, see what we get for free. A blue potion.
Free blue? Heck yeah, you take those. As if we didn't have enough money to buy potions anyway, we're gonna get a free blue from the water from the Pyramid Fairy. And Leo, of course, is heading back into swamp. Yeah, you don't blame anyone for doing this.
Maniacal making hobo.
Yep, this is Guy to the Bridge. This is a good time to do it. Wonder if I think if he's put off Pod, he might just run to Catfish and then flute from there to somewhere else. But if he's thinking about Pod at all, this was probably the time he goes back for it.
I think this is just doing hobo because it's super convenient right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we're going to see the Pod here, but
I have a feeling he won't.
Based on my track record from yesterday's race, like everything I think my teammate is going to do is like the exact opposite of what they actually do. So yeah, we're heading to Pod here.
He is going for it. All right, so he's going to shore up that inventory difference here because he'll be able to get his third sword, assuming he goes all to the back, and the book from the shooter room. So we caught up in inventory. Then it's just a matter of who finds Ether first.
Yeah, and I honestly think that this particular play is finally Maniacal saying, I know Leoria likes making this play, and I finally need to commit to it, just in case.
I mean, at this point, you've got your 6 crystals. You have no objective dungeons you can currently chase. So this is kind of like, this is your best density at this point. It's Green Pendant Pod. It's responsible for 6 items.
Mm-hmm.
There's his book. We haven't seen if that book actually leads to anything yet because we still have not seen our tablet checks. An Ether tablet, well, that's by itself on the mountain when everything else is cleared. So if it's up there, I think it takes a bit to get there. Unless you're feeling really crazy and you want to really chase that book. Oh, Leo, you forgot the switch. No.
Oh, no.
I wasn't paying attention. I didn't notice.
I wasn't either.
Oh, man.
Not gonna lie, as a member of Battles on Empty, like that's exciting to see, but like as somebody who's just like a fan of Rando and just like being a good sport, like it is really unfortunate. But what I was going to say, like kind of in that similar vein, like I would not be surprised here to see Leoria head over to Turtle Rock after this. So it really is kind of neck and neck at this point because both players are in dungeons that the other has already finished. Mm-hmm. I want to say, even despite that early tempered advantage, like just kind of looking at what these runners still have to do, I think Maniacal does have the slight edge time-wise. Yeah. But really, like, given that we're just Ether from Go Mode and that Ether could be like literally anywhere except for Mire, it's just a matter of who finds it first.
Also, yeah, I agree with you, Chat. Chat's saying a lot. Like, I think if you get there, you realize you've brought the switch. I think you just leave. You say that item now takes too long to get, and you bail. Yep. I'm with you there, Chat.
We are seeing our first book check here at Bombo's tablet. So I honestly think if Bombo's tablet is Ether, like
it's adorable if it is.
It's super hard GG.
Well, yeah. Because then Leo will be in Go mode and get to make one last mountain climb. Well, the last sword is here. That's cool.
Sword. It's nice, but like
it's not as big of a deal. No.
It's just not a big deal. Yeah.
Tempered to butter or gold sword is like, it's nice, but it doesn't do as much. Yeah, we're okay. So I like this from Leo actually. Obviously we like it from Leo because this is more information from it. Oh, she's going for Pyramid Fairy. Never mind. I thought she was gonna go west and go to like A45, but no, she's gonna literally do something we've already seen. I want more info. I want to see anything in the Village of Outcast to K45 to Stumpy, that whole zone. Like, come on. They've both been avoiding it like the plague.
Leoria not making much use of the free dashes that you can get with the pink bomb. A little surprising.
Yeah, they can be tricky if you're not practiced with it. It's not necessarily a comfortable thing to do, especially trying to get them off of bumping enemies. And now Maniacal has his third sword. Finishes off what we know he's going to get from Pod, but of course he will persist. You don't not clear the dungeon in this case.
Yep.
Leo's going to get her a whole lot of nothing from Pyramid Fairy and her free refill. It's the best thing you get here.
Kind of, I will say, after Pod, I'm not 100% certain what Maniacal does next. I mean, other than the green pendant turn in, because it's literally right there.
Here goes Leo for TR. I don't blame her for making this call here.
Yeah, this is... It's the play that makes the most sense.
She does have a slight advantage over Maniacal that she can finish off the trip by checking Ether Tablet.
That is true.
That is the only real difference in terms of how they're doing right now. Yeah, so you've got two decisions. You either go to Village. You have a number of checks that are in the whole like Village of Outcasts and everything kind of around it, or you go to Ice Palace. Those are your two decisions, and I don't know if he's just said like written off that whole Village of Outcasts area for some reason. Maybe he makes the crazy play and goes to Ice, but I think you go to Village every time here because there's so much more to do there.
Yeah, I mean, just in the Village screen alone, you have 7 items if you count Thieves. Yeah. And then you have, the Smith Chain, Hammer Pegs, Dig Game, Stumpy, like...
It is, like, there are more items there, and also, like, less kind of requirements. Like, Ice is a dungeon that is 5th in the Dark World in Vanilla Order, and logically it needs several things to get into it, and it possibly could need, like, more items to clear it. So, like... Village is a little less logically deep than Ice is, basically. I feel like you just go to Village. But we've got Helmasaur getting beat up on Maniacal's side. He'll be getting his, I think it was a heart piece or a 5 rupee or something shortly here, and then probably check Green Pendant, and Leoria is on right side of TR. Yep, so chat's been saying, like, what's Leo missing? Yeah, pretty much Leo is just like a TR clear behind Maniacal at this point. Because they're both retracing each other's steps at this point pretty well.
Yeah, the only things that Leo has done that Maniacal has not at this point is the Green Pendant turn-in, and I want to say the North Dark World stuff, Catfish, and Bombos.
Yep, that's the difference, pretty much. There's your heart piece from Sahasrara. Now we'll see where he goes next. Ice Palace or Village of Outcasts. It's going to 3. Yep. A reasonable play, if you ask me.
Yeah.
We've had a bunch of things waiting in Village of Outcasts for pretty much most of the game, considering... Well, I don't say most of it. Like, ever since Dark World access. Because we had Dark World... By the time we had access to it, it was just like, you can go many places.
So the North checks are pretty slow, and it's only 2, so not surprising to see him just skip those entirely.
Mm-hmm.
There's 10 arrows in the chess game. The fact that Maniacal was... Oh, okay, never mind. He was just opening Thieves Town.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the fact that he's going in there first, which he obviously isn't now, led me to believe that he was just going for a front 4, because I feel like you do clear the entire village before going into Thieves.
Yeah, this is pretty typical. You work around Thieves and see if you don't need to even go into it before you actually do. Another big 20. And yep, he'll dash over and head into Thieves down here. So we got 4 items in Thieves. 3 at most in the front, because we're guaranteed the big key in the front 4.
Gosh, if there's 3 in the front,
yeah.
Well, that's not the case. I was going to say, and Ether's in the back.
That'd be bad. Like if you feel like you have to bail if it's 3, which some runners will definitely do. Well, there's one.
There's one. Yep.
Leo's now getting in a mimic cave, also checking it first before the big chest.
Also worth noting, Leo also did the Super Bunny Cave climb to get to TR.
Yeah. Taking
we have 3
consistent
items in the back of Thieves. Like, this is just a Thieves clear at this point.
Yeah, there's no way you don't go to the back here. Yeah.
Like, 2 for me is the cutoff. Like, 2 is the decision point. Like, 1 item in the front, you're doing the back. 3 items in the front, and you're just leaving. 2 items.
You have to say like there's 2 items in the back of Thieves versus how many checks do I have left elsewhere.
And it really depends like how early I'm here. Like at this point in the seed, if it was 2 in the back, I think you stay. But way earlier in the seed, when there's still so much more you can do, I think you can. There's an argument for leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in the village this late, it's much easier to just say I'm doing the whole of Thieves Town. Because at this point, after Thieves, all we really have left is Smith Chain, Dig Game, Stumpy, K45, and then Ice Palace. So there's not a whole lot left, and of course the Ether Tablet. But like Maniacal's not getting the Ether Tablet before Leo does. If it's a vanilla Ether, then the seed is silly. There's a Cane of Burn in the Thieves Town Attic.
Yeah, if it's vanilla Ether, it's again just kind of similar to the Bombos earlier. It's just straight up GG for Maniacal.
And also he has the Bombos tablet as well. Yeah, good point.
Right. Leo doing some bootsless laser skips here. Having a little bit of time with this beetle. Oh, I'm getting a little left up.
Yeah, she's using the stutter timing to just walk into them. She's probably more comfortable with that. Like, not everyone's really comfy with boots, laser skips, and the timing on it and positioning is sometimes just, I don't know. If you're not good at it, you may just stick with a better method. Do what's consistent. Third item in Thieves Town is a heart piece in the cell chest, and the small key appears to be self-locked in the big chest, so we are going to head up and fight the boss.
And we still don't know. Like this could be an all dungeon seed. We haven't seen the pet check yet, so pet is still alive. We did.
Boomerang.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I completely missed that. That's makes sense as to why we were talking about the red boomerang.
Yeah, we saw red boom on pet a little while ago, right after Leo cleared Skullwoods because she had the book. So. Maniacal not being aware of that, and you're not going to go up all the way up there just for a ped check. Probably not. That's a lot of time taken. I think you just...
It's a blind pool. Like, if...
There's the other one.
The boomerang.
Yeah, you kill your pendant bosses even if they don't have items on them at that point. Like, you have to just kind of be aware of that possibility. All right, so we're going to head out of Thieves Town and do the rest of the village area, starting with picking up the frog, taking him back to the light world. Well, you do Dig Game first, yeah, and then the frog, of course. No, Stumpy. No, K45 Stumpy first. Okay. Interesting decision.
Yeah, this is...
Specifically Stumpy first. There's a shield. We've seen all 3. Leo's done with TR, so she's going to scoot back across the mountain, and we're going to get our Ether Tablet check in very short order. We're going to get to know quickly whether it is actually a vanilla Ether, which again would be quite silly. Just a big 20 in K45. All right, moment of truth. We're in the light world. Got that book. What's on this tablet?
Here it comes.
That's a 20.
A 20, so that book coming up empty for Leoria, so...
Yep. I mean, technically the whole mountain trip. We were saying earlier, you really wanted to see like Last Dungeon TR, but both of them decided to jump for it. Which again, I don't blame you. It's like you got enough items on the mountain still left, and it's a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, I think looking at the seed makeup now, I think this is Maniacal pretty well in the lead, with the exception being if he decides to do the North Dark World stuff.
Yeah, if he heads up there before like the whole of Smith Chain or whatever, then he loses some time. He gives some time back to Leo, but like Leo's in the area. She's like, aside from Thieves Town, like she's almost right on his tail here.
Yeah, but she's going to like do all of Thieves Town here, I think.
Unless for some reason she does Smith Chain first, because you're walking by the frog and you pick him up right there because I mean it's convenient. And then you find it before Thieves.
I think you might do the Smith first, but I don't know if you go do the purple chest before Thieves Town.
No, you probably don't do purple, but you do Smith and then hammer pegs and magic bat. Yeah. We got 29 digs for like a heart piece or something.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised to see Maniacal take the purple chest up to the North Dark World, although that does isolate Bombos tablet, so maybe not.
50 rupees on the Smiths, not there. I'm gonna look.
We have not seen this yet. I forgot about Magic Bet.
The powder was in Hookshot Cave, so we didn't have immediate access to that, despite the very early hammer.
Ooh.
This could be something. Or it could just be like another big 20. Or 50.
Or big 50, yeah.
A little bit more, yeah. The seed continues. Leo does have powder, yes. She's done everything on the mountain now. Yep, she's going to do this all this before. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, Maniacal's going to pick up the purple chest and...
Yep, heading straight down to turn that in immediately.
Yep. I don't know why you don't flute to 7 with it in this case.
Because he still has Bombos tablet.
Oh, right, Bombos tablet. Yeah. Good reminder. That's right. That's the difference. So he'll get his last sword.
Otherwise, yeah, you just 100% flute to 7.
Yep. So unless
asking why he did the clown route if he was doing it this way anyway. Oh,
it's purple chest. So if Leo makes the big brain play to do purple before Thieves Town, then this is actually a very close race.
Yeah,
but Maniacal is the actual first to go mode at about 120-40.
Yeah, and it is, despite the sword difference, it is Maniacal's race to lose at this point, because Gold Sword does not make that much of a difference, with the exception of, sometimes the 1-1 on Ganon can be a little tough.
Yep.
It does look like Leoria is going to do the purple chest here, so not going to be too far behind.
Oh, he didn't toss the bird.
But Leoria...
Yeah, she's going... okay. Oh, she's doing the thing. Yeah, so the idea here is that you drop a mirror portal in the middle, and then you flute with purple, and then you flute back to 3 and go back to the Dark World. Yeah, this is very close now.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Yep, this could come down to like GT big key routing, or just like execution in general.
Yeah, and at 121.59, Leoria enters go mode, just a little over a minute behind.
Like if this closes up a bit because of like GT routing or climb execution or whatever, like Gold Sword could be a difference, because it does make your Ganon a lot more consistent and it's a little bit faster. So,
yep.
We'll see how the rest of this plays out, but yeah, they're both in go mode and not that far apart.
Yeah, Maniacal failing a 1-1 could be the difference here.
As Leo did the bird toss. Probably not. I don't blame either of them for not doing it at this point, because you've cleared almost the entire game looking for that Ether Medallion. She did it. Yes. Thank you, Leo. Yes. Perfect. All right. I now believe that Leo wins this race no matter what happens.
Yeah, as much as I want to root my own teammate on, like Leoria deserves to win for the bird toss memes, you know?
Yeah.
Kappa.
Love to see it. You have an ether medallion, you gotta do it. Just gotta. Okay, so we are in Mire looking for just the big key. Mire's a silly dungeon, and you gotta dance back and forth across it to find the big key. One out of 6 places. There's an item. We got a heart.
Container.
17 hearts red.
So we're feeling pretty safe on the Ganon fight, you know?
Yeah. There's no chance of like dying. Honestly, you really shouldn't.
And there's our big key
in the map chest. So correct to skip the cutscene chest where the vanilla big key is.
Yep.
And that's pretty typical. If you're in like a go mode Mire and you don't see a small key in the top of the 2 Firelock chests,
it's ends up being last location if it's there.
Yeah, you see a cutscene skip a lot of the time.
I did not pay close enough attention to see if Maniacal has set up spooky action or not.
Nor did I. He's preserving the like he did.
Yeah, he tried to do the.
I it's hard for me to tell based on like looking at restream because it's never perfectly clear.
Yeah,
but
it did not look good to me. And the fact that he left that block there leads me to believe that he was like, "Yeah, I did not get the spooky set up."
Yeah. Leo's going to do a little door state extension to clip to the rail. There you go. A little bit slow at it, but still nice to see. And she'll be getting her big key here momentarily. Has a 1 heart advantage over Maniacal. 18 to 17. Maniacal will be the first one to actually get into the victorious fight. Pretty well equipped for this. You've got a cape and a gold sword. You can just do some dashes and get through this very quickly. Or you can just go up and slash him. That works too.
But he does not have gold sword. Only Leo does.
Oh, right. He didn't pick that up. That's true. He was on track to get it, but he got derailed.
Found that either.
Leo looks like...
And that is the 7th crystal for Maniacal. So you know what that means, Adelar.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what number I like. 18.
18.
You asked me for a specific location. Bob's chest.
Bob's chest. I like it. So we do see a lot of numbers popping up in chat. We have the GTBK guessing game going on here. Also, do not want to discount Leoria did manage to do the spooky action, gaining a little time on Maniacal there. But get your guesses in chat. There are 22 locations in GT where the GT Big Key can be located. Go ahead and put those numbers in chat. Personally, when I am calming, I like to be a troll and go with 22 tile room.
Understandable.
Just because I like seeing more rando.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, Maniacal is on his way up. And yeah, Leo did get the spooky, so she gained a little bit of time back, closing the gap just a bit. Maniacal still got that edge. We'll time the mentoring GT and get an exact difference of when, kind of what we're looking at here in the lead, but not that far apart still.
Yeah, chat pointing out the crystal grab times are about exactly a minute apart.
See how their mountain climbs go. If they're consistent enough, we'll probably see that also in the GT entry.
Maniacal heading over to GT as Leoria is heading up the mountain.
Whenever I see someone dash in the crystal cutscene, I like to remind everyone that you shouldn't dash in the crystal cutscene because having a sword out does generate lag frames.
I actually did not know that for that cutscene.
It has to draw more things, yeah. The Super Nintendo is not exactly a powerful console.
Oh yeah.
It has a lot going on with this game already.
All right, so Maniacal heading right side, so we are
pretty typical.
presumably not seeing Dark Magician. He's doing left to right, not great. Oh, but no small key.
So Hope option does not give you the option of going right. You are forced to the left. Compass on the torch.
Compass on the torch.
You will be potentially seeing Bob if we do have to go all the way to the back. Now Leo is on her way over.
Maniacal immediately going for the ether without even opening the chest, just expecting there to be nothing in here. It also leads me to believe that he is not going back to the right.
Sounds like it's going to be full left, yeah. Nothing in Stalfos room of interest besides a small key. You don't really worry about small keys in GT. Like, any typical route you're going to do is you just do it. It's fine.
Yep.
All right, so what... If Leo does the left to right here, now she's going to start Hope room, but I wonder if she backtracks to right, then this could be spicy.
I feel like you don't see a lot of right, left, right.
No, not usually.
Usually, if you do Dark Magician, you do like the legit full Dark Magician. Like
you left first, yeah.
Right.
It depends on how she's feeling about this seed, because it was just in purple chess, and you could easily say that your opponent did Village of Outcasts a lot sooner than you. If she's feeling behind and feels like she might need to create variance, then she might go for it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here. We are getting Maniacal now into Rando Room. We call it Rando Room because you only see it in Rando. Vanilla has no reason to go here. By Vanilla, of course, I mean NMG. Usually just NMG. Leo's killing the Stalfos, so I think she is just going to go left.
Yep. And there's the big key in Rando Room. I was not counting, however, so let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 13, I want to say.
13 is the correct number. Left side votes have won the prediction.
So Maniacal with a pretty decent lead going into the climb here. Gold Sword can make a little bit of a difference, but I do think despite that, at this point, it is Maniacal's race to lose.
Oh, absolutely. Like he's got a solid minute or so lead just getting into the climb here.
Yep, and gold versus tempered is not a minute, unfortunately for Leo.
No, not even on Ganon is it really a minute. As long as you get your 1-1s, it's not that big of a difference. So the gold sword does not help that much on the climb. There's not much that doesn't die to a tempered slash up here.
Like the only place where the tempered versus gold makes any kind of a potential difference really is like Lamo 2, where the gold does the same amount of damage as like Fire Rod.
Yep, it can help there.
Such a minor difference that it's like literally not worth talking about, but I'm talking about it anyway because I can.
And you can see it. It helps a little bit potentially on Moldworm too. You don't have to worry about getting a spin for the second hit. And sometimes holding your sword out against Moldworm can be like you lose mobility and he can just bump you. We are in the climb, so I think by my timing we're about 70 seconds apart at this point. Somewhere in that
Maniacal
range.
having a pretty nice gauntlet there.
Honestly, solid gauntlet, yeah.
Going for the spin, he's doing a little bit of a conserving magic here.
At least one green potion left. I don't think you have to worry too much about it. Wizard's 1. Just use the cane. It's a brilliant strategy. I'm sure none of us came up with as kids.
It's definitely one of those rooms where, like, when you're first learning, well, I was gonna say learning Rando, but I guess it's literally the NMG strat as well. But like,
yeah,
the first time you get it, especially the Wizard 2 room, like you just feel so awesome.
Oh yeah, because Wizard 2 is a tough room to learn how to do fast, but once you've got it, it feels great.
And once you've got it, it's like when you don't get it, you're like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, every time you do it wrong, you're just like, what? Do I even play this game?
Exactly.
Okay, Michael's into torches too here. I can't imagine he checks anything. You probably just go for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe if you check anything, it's the last two.
And even then, like you're looking for at this point, yeah, you're literally looking for silvers, and there are so many things that you did not check. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Michael also hasn't seen half magic. He doesn't know that's not an option
Yeah.
to find up here. Leo having a much better time with the Lambos, just showing off that gold sword does indeed make a difference a little bit here. So,
But even like half magic, like you're not really looking for it because you have temper. Like if you're still only master sword, you're definitely looking for it because it makes like scumming with the cape really easy in phase 2.
Vanilla Big 20.
Yeah, Vanilla Big 20.
It's like there are 28 of them in the pool, and they can pop up in a lot of places.
Yep.
All right. We get another good timing check once we're actually dropping onto the pyramid to do the Ganon fight. It's still technically close, but I think as long as nothing goes wrong for Maniacal, he's going to have this. Agahnim, first cycle, pretty nice. Second cycle's got some good potential. Got 2 there, yeah.
Yep.
Third one's a bit tricky. Okay, not bad. 3 cycle Agahnim.
Yeah, it looked like a 3-2-1.
I think that was right, yeah. Chat will tell us. Yep, 3, 2, 1. Well, he was actually going to check the left one. Finds that bomb must be 9. Coin collection complete. All right, so Maniacal dropping on the pyramid at 134.37. And we'll get a time of when Leo drops in and see what the real difference is. And ask him the important questions. Yep, on track for the 1-1 here. Gets the trident spin. I think he's slow. Oh, he got it. I thought he was short a hit there. Okay, good.
Having a little bit of a really interesting time. Going to go for the cape here.
I like
really,
this. Yeah.
Like with all the potions you have, like there's no reason to like forfeit the 1-1 there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you use the advantage of what you have. You've got 2 greens in the pocket. I think he has a blue as well, probably. Yeah, the free blue, actually. I know he has that. And you've got a cape. Just use it. Get that guaranteed 1-1. So having a bit of trouble on this Aga, too. I think she's going to need an extra cycle. If not more.
Oh.
Yeah. She's not as happy as Maniacal was about these patterns. I missed the silver's hint, but I assume it's in GT somewhere.
I actually missed it as well.
Could just be an ice palace. We never saw the print in ice. It wasn't ice. Okay.
Ice. Okay, cool.
That's typical. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's not.
Did almost everything else.
Wow, look, again, going to the left side for Maniacal, which is something that he literally never does for me. He always goes top right.
Yeah, it's always frustrating when you're just trying to do a nice silverless rhythm and he keeps going to the top right corner and ruining it.
Yeah, like you just can't get the triples. Oh, Maniacal having to use that
magic. One of the many potions still in the pocket.
And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to just throw this fire rod shot mid-cycle because I'm at 12.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Maniacal, assuming he actually makes it across the bridge here.
I think he makes it across the bridge. He's done a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, it looks like with a official race time.gg time of 1:36.49, Maniacal does finish in first place in this race. So GGs to Maniacal.
We'll get Leo's Ganon fight here to close it out, and then we'll be, I imagine we'll be talking with both these runners in just a short bit here.
Such a close race. Like,
yeah.
One runner finishes while the other is in the Ganon fight. Like,
yep, this
so
is,
close. Yeah, and we're getting that hint for Ice Palace.
For as much as we had some differences in kind of the middle of this game, it really evened out. Like, Leo made the correct call in doing purple, like the entirety of Smith's Chain, including purple before Thieves, and gained a ton of time back. So that, I mean, this could have gone either way at that point. So.
Yeah. Like, that was the thing that made it as close as it was, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really good race to watch. And, before Maniacal gets here, now the pressure's on me to close the series out, because I'll be playing Game 4.
It's your Game 4, yeah. I'm not asking. I won't ask you specifically what, but do you already have a plan for Game 4? You know what you want to do?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I already know the mode that I'm picking.
Okay, cool.
It'll be announced within the next, I would say, 30 minutes. We'll probably get it on the schedule.
It'll be on the schedule pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah, as long as me and whoever I'm playing up against. Oh, hold on. Sorry, Leoria killing Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Leoria, as she's about to cross and finish with an official race.gg time of 1:38:36.
Less than 2 minutes apart, yeah.
And it looks like we do have Maniacal in the waiting room here. Let's see if we can get him up in for an interview, and I'm sure Leoria will be soon to follow. Drosy saying in chat, it's always Kazdin for Game 4, so I guess I'm going to have a rematch against Kazdin.
There you go, plan on that.
So it looks like we have Maniacal and Leoria waiting to head in here, so...
What was the mode they played for the power game? I don't remember.
We played Hard MC Shuffle, and it looks like we are joined by both runners, Maniacal and Leoria. GG's to both of you.
Hey, thanks. GG, Leoria.
Yeah, GG.
For as much as we had like a lot of divergence in the middle of this race, you two sure did make it close in the end.
Yeah, this seed is exactly the most terrifying format of seed for me.
Yeah.
Is it because Pod was a green pendant?
Oh, baby.
No, that was actually rather prescriptive. It just meant that I was going to have to play Helma in this matchup. But I wasn't pleased to see that Pod was a green pendant. I would have much rather had Crystal Pod in a matchup versus Leo.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said in race time chat, you could have anti-meted me and just had a real nice Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Yeah, which to be fair would have taken about as much time as Pod does, given my Master Sword Silverless strats.
I will say, Maniacal, I was kind of joking in chat. I was like, well, so I know Leoria likes pendant Pod, and I know that Maniacal knows that Leoria likes pendant Pod. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. And
surely I would give you the poison cup.
Yeah. We were really surprised to see you go all the way and open Pod, mirrored Eastern, and then just leave.
Yeah, that's what was so scary about the seed for me was just there were 2 crystals in front of me, and then Skull Woods gave me flippers, so there were 3 crystals in front of me. Mm-hmm. I can't really play Pod there, but I do want to commit to being fairly efficient with it. I didn't mean to walk in the first time. I was like, wait, this is not what this room's supposed to look like. I have a hammer. I'm trying to hammer dash, and there's no pot in front of me. What the heck? I walked out and mirrored. But yeah, everything else was pretty much where I was planning in terms of how I played it.
Yeah, we were wondering specifically, because you opened it, then you walked in just for a moment, and then back out. Was that just muscle memory, or was that a tease?
I was definitely not. So I have so much respect for Leoria as a player and a runner. She's excellent, and
nice of you to say.
And I was not going to spend time on memes or bad plays.
That's
I didn't.
fair, yeah.
I didn't want to waste time. I should have done more of the upper GT checks. Honestly, I should have checked left chest mini helma. It was probably plus EV for me to look for silvers there. I ultimately didn't matter, but like my checks were very much the checks I wanted to make based on like what I could find and what I had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that chest for the record was Bombos, so
Yeah.
we did find all 3 coins.
Yeah.
Neither
Yeah.
of you checked the right side, but we know actually there's basically nothing in that. So the things that weren't seen by one or both of you, we saw half magic was on bumper ledge. So that wasn't an option to find, and the last sword was actually on a Bombos tablet. So like just barely missed the last sword by getting purple chest right before it.
Yeah, that half magic was a mistake. Honestly, that's the one thing I was really unhappy about with the way I routed this with that pod play. The way that I wanted, I didn't know because with Eastern, then 2 crystals in front, I ran right into the front of Skull. I was doing Skull before TR because of the climb. Yeah. And I didn't scout bumper ledge before entering Skull when I knew I wanted to mirror and flute away after Skull and not run back out of the dungeon. Where if I want to be playing Overworld, I really want to run out and check after, but I want to check bumper before then, and I just didn't. So, yeah, that was a bit of a mess. But yeah, not seeing bumper ledge is the one thing that I really, really regretted this seed. The ether tab isolation was just kind of a consequence.
Yeah, because like Leo had the book, she was able to check that on her trip up to do TR. We were thinking like, man, if this is a vanilla ether, this seed is silly, and like Leo has a huge advantage here. But
yeah, I was very worried about that. Sorry,
like,
Leo, go ahead.
Like with your routing,
hoping.
like with the way you do the seed, like that's just a consequence. Yeah, like you said, like you can't feel bad about ether tablet because it isolated automatically. It's not like you made a conscious choice.
Yeah, I wasn't routing. I mean, I could have routed more conservatively with the idea that like book could collapse on me at some point, and then I would have +1 on the mountain. But I'm not going to not do Crystal Turtle Rock. So, I mean, I was happy with the decision that left Ether behind. I was sad that it happened that way, but that was one I was okay living with it. If Ether had been on bumper ledge, I would have felt bad about that loss.
Yeah. Yeah, it only hurts really when it's like you specifically just like don't route in like a visible item check like that or something. It's like knowledge you could have, and then you just don't take it, and then it's like, oh man, I did that to myself. But thankfully, they didn't burn you here. So you are now.
Ether never burns you.
I mean, well, technically, yeah.
Yo, also, I hope I didn't miss it. But shout outs to Leoria for the bird toss. Like,
the bird
we
toss.
all appreciate the bird toss. Also, Maniacal, there's apparently something earlier on in the seed that I said, like, if you did or didn't do it, I don't remember which one, that I was going to kick you off the team. Chat was giving me... Okay, it was bird toss. So, unfortunately, you're off the team.
No, I would expect you to kick me off the team if I did bird toss.
Fair. I mean, that's true. But also, like, so see, as a teammate, I don't want you to bird toss, but as a commentator, like, I have to give in to the chat memes, you know? It's just the rules.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
I'll be honest, at that point, I was like, I'm either, like, really behind, or, like, I'm, like, sword advantage ahead, and so I was like, just screw it, let's just do it. I don't care.
Yeah,
just go.
I mean, I appreciated it. I said at the moment, it was like, I think at this point, Leo wins no matter what happens. So, you know.
Oh, why thank you. No,
Yeah,
I had too many dumbs, like execution dumbs that seed too. Like I was like out loud, like I'm glad my microphone was muted on stream. Like out loud, I was like berating myself for like just like stupid mistakes, like forgetting to hit the switch for left side swamp. Like who the flip does that? Like, oh my god, I was so salty. I'm still salty, I won't lie.
Was
It
there
a
was
good race, but like, ugh.
I'm guessing there was when you saw that there was no consideration to just like leave and bail out on it at that point.
I hard considered it, but I've been bitten so many times by Left Side Swamp that I was just like, if I leave it and it's here, like I guarantee lose.
Sure.
And so then, of course, like afterwards, I have, I have like a couple people DMing me after they see the race time done, and they're like, so we timed it, and it was a minute 13 you lost on the
Left side.
going
Yeah.
back for the switch. I'm like, well, good news, bad news.
It wasn't all of it, but it was most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that didn't make a difference. Like, it feels really bad to, like, have, like, one of those silly chunk time losses that's, like, largely preventable but just happens to everyone be decisive in a seed. I had a bunch of little stuff I was unhappy with, but I was just, like, really trying to not fluster myself. Like, a lot of extra bonks and things where, like, then I got in my head about the bonks and started, like, canceling my dashes, like, many frames early, like walking 2 or 3 tiles every time. It was
like almost overcompensating.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if some of these dashes for like 5.5 tiles are really saving me anything, but we'll keep doing them.
It is. It's the way of being the courage pendant. You have to always be like trying to get your cancels like as perfect as possible. I've been there a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was glad to see that you signed up on this one. So, Adalor, I want to turn it around a little. When are we getting this Foxes v Last Locationeers throwdown?
Well, the third place. Yeah. I mean, now that we're past Christmas time, people are becoming more available, and I've seen the thread be a little bit active. We don't have anything scheduled yet, but we're getting there.
All right. Well,
I imagine we'll have some stuff scheduled pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see
yeah, we're looking forward to it.
No, that should be a 6-6 series. I want to see this third place series.
Agreed.
So for anyone that's not aware, we have kind of like it's not like an official third place, but we're doing it anyway because the other 2 top 4 teams have agreed that we want to battle it out and see who actually takes third place. So we'll probably imagine we'll have those broadcasts on the league channels probably.
Yeah, I mean, extra, like, invitational practice matches, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. We all have to get really good for invitational now. Yeah.
Yeah, so got work to do there. But no, I was mostly happy with my play. I liked most of my routing decisions aside from the bumper ledge thing. I saw Hitaka in chat giving me some crap about my purple chest routing, but I actually liked what I did there. I wanted to not have extra mirrors, so I just wanted to get the lower world stuff off the table earlier. Mm-hmm. If Ether's there, then I feel really bad, just because those things were available early. So I thought about maybe just gambling the hard skip on some of those, but I did want to get Cave 45. But I didn't hate the way that I routed purple chest because it let me just leave the purple chest immediately and then mirror and set up to do Bombos tab, because I did want to full clear the West Dark World stuff if I was doing it before Ice Palace. I mean, most of my routing philosophy is, at least as much as I am able, optimizing like checks per minute and just trying to not lose on volume. Like, if I lose a race and have fewer checks than my opponent, then I start to feel really bad.
Yeah, right. If the efficiency wasn't as good, you're just like, I could have been better here.
Yeah, if I get out-checked by like 10 and still lose by like 10 minutes, then I'm just like, oh god, I just got like walloped. If it's close, then it's like, okay, cool.
At that point, you got to
like
think, how could I have routed this better? Yeah,
looks like 161, 164. Like, that's pretty comparable in terms of
you
check
two are
rate.
Only 3 apart, and like less than 2 minutes apart. It was extremely close. Yeah, you two had obviously the early game was very linear, and then like when it opened up in the middle, and like you have all of the Dark World, you two were still making a lot of the same decisions. There was a lot of retracing, and we had time to kind of talk and just say, well, they're doing the same things everyone's done, so we're gonna fill the airspace somehow. Yeah, this is a good one to watch, definitely.
Yeah, sorry. I'll definitely make sure to diverge next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, with that linear go get Pearl in Hera chain, like you're just gonna leave East Death Mountain that time.
Oh man.
Never find the hook shot ever, apparently. Now this one just didn't let you do that many interesting things early, so
No.
it'll be fun to watch back. I do like, I enjoy watching like NMG type races where like both runners are just tasked with doing the same thing and you get to see competing strats.
Yeah. It really when it comes down to a lot of execution, because you're routing very similar, it can be a really interesting race. Yeah, like watching the time gains back and forth. Like someone does a boss strat better and they get a good chunk of time back and stuff. So those can be very interesting, as long as it's not like the same route the entire way through, because honestly that gets kind of like, well, we're seeing the same things again.
Yeah,
that
one
kind of
player
race,
has a lead, unless it's really, really close, in which case then like it's amazing.
If it's a nail biter, then sure,
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's like, oh man, frames on each screen, but yeah, generally that doesn't happen.
Okay, well, I think that's gonna about do it for us here tonight. Bottles on Empty now up 2-1 this series. Look forward to hearing about when Game 4 is gonna happen. That'll probably be on the schedule pretty soon. Do you guys have any idea of when you're gonna do it yet? Maybe.
So,
Nope.
Ninjembro?
Okay. Okay.
So-
Ninja Bro.
I guess it's without saying. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I am the runner for Game 4.
Shocker.
Okay.
And
I mean,
I think
probable.
Maniacal, unless you have any objection to what was probably going to be planned, like I can even announce the mode here and now.
Yeah, no, our earlier discussion, I think, things are in a space where I'm comfortable with what we had talked about as sort of the default, and so I would say go for it.
Yeah, so, I don't know who I'm going to be playing, but I'm assuming that it is going to be, oh my gosh.
Kazden?
Yeah,
Probably
Kazden.
Kazden.
That's what I'm going for.
Probably.
They're probably going to be Kazden, unless they really decide to come back at us with something crazy. And the mode is definitely going to be in Roja.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So y'all have that to look forward to in the probably very near future.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That should be a fun one.
Yeah, agreed.
No matter what the outcome of this was, Kazden will again have a chance to deny you and Jesse a Game 5.
Look, okay, he has been straight up joking about that for like the past, I don't even know how long. And he's like, look, Leo, it doesn't matter if you win or lose because I get to deny Game 5 either way. So haha. I'm like, no, dude, no.
Well, I'm down to do some more co-op retrons with Barnage and jam either an official match or a for funsies scrimmage.
Dude,
whichever way Game 4 goes. I would go as far as scheduling it just back to back and just saying like let's run it either way.
Just do an exhibition style, even if you
Yeah.
need Game 5. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm super in. Like, okay, I need to get with the boys. Let's go.
Talking to the boys. I confer.
Oh, sorry, men.
People.
Individuals.
The fellas.
Individuals, the fellas.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Now the fiance is next to me getting in on the shenanigans. I need to stop.
Well, I can take over anytime and continue wrapping up.
Yeah, go for it, Addy.
It's all good. Yeah. GG's Leo. Looking forward to Game 5. Looking forward to watching Ninjembro play some Invrosia. Thank you for the comms and everything.
And regarding that match, keep an eye on the schedule there. It's in chat. Once the match has been scheduled and it's assigned a channel, you can see it on the speedgaming.org schedule. Also, if you like what you see here, you want to see more action from these runners, give them a follow. Their links are in chat. Thank you as well to my co-commentator Ninja Bro in the booth here. It's been a good time coming with you, and thank you as well to our tracker Lady Laura Linda for keeping the items accurate on screen so that we know which runner has what at any given time. And I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. So thank you again for everyone for being here, for watching on the Speed Gaming Network. Make sure you're following all the channels, Speed Gaming Main and then Speed Gaming 2 through 6, so you don't miss a moment of the rando action. Until next time, thank you all for being here. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.